A man once secretly filmed a ballet dancer from behind. Her dance moves were so beautiful that he could never forget them. That's why, on his 5th wedding anniversary, he had an affair with a ballet student, just because her dance steps were exactly like that old ballet dancer. But he had no idea that the girl he was having an affair with was actually being sponsored by his own wife. And in reality, his wife herself was the ballet dancer he had been searching for all along. When the wife saw that student dancing, it reminded her of her old days, the time when she too was deeply in love with dance. But after marriage, she gave up her dreams and became a housewife. The student told the woman that she didn't need any more money because now she had a rich boyfriend who bought everything for her. But when she showed the photo of her boyfriend, the wife was shocked because that man was none other than her own husband. The wife couldn't believe that her husband was having an affair with the very girl she was sponsoring. She noticed the student wearing a special bracelet, the same keepsake her husband had given her after his mother's death. The wife immediately tried to take it back, but during the struggle, the bracelet broke and fell to the ground. Seeing this, the wife picked it up with pain in her eyes, but the cunning student began mocking her, saying she was just jealous and that the bracelet's worth was more than the money she'd ever given her, so she demanded compensation for it. Hearing this, the wife got angry and started to go home to talk to her husband, but that cunning girl grabbed her hand and began shouting that this woman had broken her bracelet and should compensate her for it. She called other students over and started insulting the wife in front of everyone. Other students also turned against her, calling her shameless and even tried to hit her, but luckily, the principal arrived just in time and stopped them. Later, when the husband found out about the incident, he shamelessly brought the student home and pretended to act nice, telling her to apologize to his wife. But the wife ignored him and directly asked, "How could you give my mother-in-law's keepsake to someone else?" But hearing this, the husband started blaming her instead, saying she was overreacting and not behaving like a good wife. But the wife immediately replied, "When you were having an affair outside, didn't you remember that you have a wife?" The husband shamelessly answered, "Everyone in this circle does the same thing," but he didn't know that soon. He would have to pay a big price for this mistake. To protect his public image, the husband gave an important real estate project to his wife's father, the same project his wife had been asking for over a year, but he'd always refused. Now, just to save his girlfriend, he gave it away in a second. The next day, when the husband and wife went to a business party, the wife behaved perfectly in front of everyone to maintain her dignity, but the husband didn't care at all. He was openly insulting his wife in front of his friends by comparing her to his girlfriend. Soon, his business partners began forcing the wife to drink. Seeing this, when she asked her husband for help, that heartless man was busy with his mistress and completely ignored his wife. So, unwillingly, the wife started drinking with them. But just then, a stranger stepped in and saved her. He was the same man the woman had met a few days earlier in a bar. However, the man already knew her. It turned out that years ago, when he was badly injured, it was this same woman who had saved his life. So the man immediately recognized her and saved her from those thugs who were harassing her. But maybe fate wanted to bring them together again. That's why after so many years, they met once more. But the woman didn't know that this man was actually a billionaire CEO. After leaving the party, the man took her with him and took care of her. The next day, when the woman returned home, her husband angrily placed the divorce papers in front of her and threatened that if she didn't change, she would lose everything. But without a moment's hesitation, the wife signed the papers. Now, what happens next? To find out, like this video.